Making your own hot chocolate or hot cocoa bombs? Is it worth it?
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. Despite the title of this video, this will be family friendly, I promise. I've seen hot chocolate bombs everywhere, Facebook, Pinterest, all over the place. So I thought, well, I'm going to try to make these. Let's jump on that bandwagon. Well, you'll need some chocolate sphere molds because it's basically a hollow chocolate ball with hot chocolate powder and marshmallows in it. So I greased the mold up. Just from experience, I know that chocolate releases better if the silicone mold is greased. And then I used candy melting wafers because they're a little bit more forgiving than regular chocolate. So I put a little bit in the bottom and then I used a spoon to bring it up the sides of the mold. Now, I know from experience in trying these many times that it has to be thick enough, but you don't want it to be too thick. So you just need to add enough so that you get a good coating on the inside and you don't want any thin spots. So what I recommend you do, if you want to try these, don't try them, but if you do really want to try them, do this. Let it harden and then go back and try to reinforce the edge and try to reinforce any kind of thin spots that you can see. Now you have to get them out of this silicone mold. Now I've tried this all sorts of different ways, turning it over and just gently tapping. I talked really nice to them and begged them to come out without breaking. I threatened them with death if they refused to come out of the molds. That didn't work either. But I found that if you gently pull on the edges of the silicone mold, you'll hear it starting to release. And then if you gently, oh so gently press down on the bottoms, you can actually see it releasing. You can see like a little ripple on the silicone mold there when I'm pressing down. And then they release. Now I wasn't getting breakage at the bottom. I was getting breakage around the rim. So once they're all out, turn it over. And this is fairly typical. At least half of them have some major breakage on them. And the rest of them aren't too bad. So there you go. You have your lovely little half shell. Then you're going to fill it up with some hot chocolate or hot cocoa mix. Now you don't want to fill it up too much because it's going to overflow and it's going to be hard to get the two pieces to stick together. Then I added some marshmallows. I put 4 of them, a little marshmallow pyramid. Now we have to attach the top. Now I'm wearing food prep gloves there because your fingers melt the chocolate. And you can't really squeeze them too hard because they're slippery, plus they'll break, right? So I tried, my hands didn't work. I tried dipping it into just a shallow little puddle of chocolate. And then I use some tongs, but then the tongs get chocolate on them and they stick. And then, okay, so there, we got it. Now this is probably like the 10th try, no joke. All right, now you see that little bit of powder that just fell out? This is what happens. Any little tiny gaps, that powder is going to pour out and you'll have it not looking very pretty. As you can tell already, they're not pretty. I mean, I got powder on the outside. It's kind of uneven looking and I got some little fingerprints on there. So I used a paintbrush that I just use for food stuff and I just try to paint those little holes. So, okay, so let's try it again. Oh, no, we dropped it. Okay, well that one's no good. Well, maybe we'll use it anyway. Should we just use it anyway? Oh, it's going to look terrible. Okay, let's try it again. How about we just dip it into a bigger container? Oh, no. Oh, darn it. I can't. Oh. Now I'm just sticking my fingers right in there. Now, it's a good thing you can't hear the original audio in this. I'm telling you. All right. If hands don't work, let's try tongs. You can't squeeze these too tight. And then as soon as they touch that hot chocolate in that bowl, they start to melt and you're done. Yeah. So we're going back to the little puddle. We're going to try the puddle again. Okay, now here we go. Oh, almost. Oh, that was so close. Okay, so we managed to get 4 of them made. And I tried putting it in a mug and then pouring the hot milk on top of it. And you know what, that didn't work too bad. Give it a good stir. It'll melt all the chocolate. Here's another one. I tried both ways, putting them in and then pouring it on, and then putting the milk in first and then dropping them in. So there you go. Not kind of underwhelming. So that's some hot milk. And then I just plop it in there. And wait. And actually, it's kind of fun to watch. Kind of like watching paint dry a little bit, but you know, a little bit more exciting. So this is sped up a little bit here. I give it a little shake so that some of the hot milk would do something. The milk was pretty hot, but I think you have to have it almost boiling to get it to happen fairly quickly. And there we go. Boom. Exploding hot chocolate bomb. Yep. There it is. Here's another one. Just because. Put the hot milk in there. Drop it in. This is also sped up, so you can kind of see it happening. I zoomed in to get the action up close. Still giving a little shake, a little poke with the spoon. There we go. We're melting. And boom. Hot chocolate bomb in action. Now you need to make them thin enough so that when you drop it in the hot milk, it happens fairly quickly. And then when you stir it in, you get a decent hot cocoa. But if the milk is too hot, if it's super hot, your marshmallows will melt in like 2 minutes flat. And here's the very last one. I made 4 of them. I managed to get 4 on this try. I tried to do this 2-3 times to try to perfect the method, and I just kind of gave up. So yeah, I just could not get them to look as pretty as some of other people managed to do. And that's my last one. Now you can package these up nice and pretty. You can decorate them with chocolate or whatever. You know what? Just buy them. Buy them at Costco or wherever else that they're sold. Just buy them. It's a lot easier. Thanks for watching. I have a playlist I call Edible Crafts, and there's a lot of Christmas stuff on there, including my gingerbread houses and things like edible Christmas ornaments. There's a lot of fun things on there that are a lot easier to make than these fussy little creatures that you just watched. If you want to see this, go ahead and click on your screen.